Macmillan Audio presents Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing. Written and read for you by Matthew Perry. For all of the sufferers out there, you know who you are. The best way out is always through. Robert Frost. You've just got to see me through another day. James Taylor. Prologue. Hi, my name is Matthew, although you may know me by another name. My friends call me Matty, and I should be dead. If you like, you can consider what you're about to hear to be a message from the beyond, my beyond. It's day 7 of the pain, and by pain I don't mean a stubbed toe or the whole 10 yards. I emphasize pain because this was the worst pain I've ever experienced. It was the platonic ideal of pain, the exemplar. I've heard people claim that the worst pain is childbirth. Well, this was the worst pain imaginable, but without the joy of a newborn in my arms at the end of it. And it may be day 7 of the pain, but it was also day 10 of no movement, if you catch my drift. I hadn't taken a shit in 10 days. There's the drift. Something was wrong, very wrong. This was not a dull, throbbing pain like a headache. It wasn't a piercing, stabbing pain like the pancreatitis I had had when I was 30. This was a different kind of pain, like my body was going to burst, like my insides were trying to force their way out. This was the no fucking around kind of pain. And the sounds, my God, the sounds. Ordinarily, I'm a pretty quiet, keep-to-myself kind of fella, but on this night, I was screaming at the top of my lungs. Some nights, when the wind is right and the cars are all parked up for the night, you can hear the horrific sounds of coyotes ripping apart something that is howling in the Hollywood Hills. At first, it sounds like children laughing way, way off in the distance, until you realize it's not that. It's the foothills of death. But the worst part, of course, is when the howling stops, because you know whatever has been attacked is now dead. This is hell. And yes, there is a hell. Don't let anyone tell you different. I've been there, it exists, end of discussion. On this night, the animal was me. I was still screaming, fighting tooth and nail for survival. Silence meant the end. Little did I know how close I was to the end. At the time, I was living in a sober living house in Southern California. This was no surprise. I have lived half my life in one form or another of a treatment center or a sober living house, which is fine when you're 24 years old, less fine when you're 42 years old. Now I was 49, still struggling to get this monkey off my back. By this point, I knew more about drug addiction and alcoholism than any of the coaches and most of the doctors I encountered at these facilities. Unfortunately, self-knowledge avails you nothing. If the